And welcome back to LaGwanamedia.com and tonight's basketball festivities. The Westview Varsity will be getting underway here shortly as the Westview Warriors will take on the Concord Minutemen for McHugh and Jim. Westview coming in with a 16-5 record, Concord at 9-10 under the direction of head coach Derek Deschone in his third year already. I can't believe it's been 3 years. Deschone has been here. He's compiled a 51 and 102 loss record overall, 17-46 at Concord. And Westview, as I mentioned, 16-5. They're coming off a loss on Tuesday night in overtime to Fremont. So the Warriors looking to get back on track here against the Concord Minutemen here tonight. Tonight's game is brought to you by our platinum sponsor, Weaver Furniture Sales, now with 2 locations in Shipshewana, south of US 20 on County Road 75 North, and in the Davis Mercantile on Main Street in downtown Shipshewana. Our silver sponsors are Height Auto Body in LaGrange, Eden Worship Center in Honeyville, Topeka Do It Best Hardware, Mast Excavating, Topeka Pharmacy, Topeka Clinic, Lehman Insurance and Financial Group, Tiffany's Restaurant, and Freedom Finish Works. Also, Dale's Dependable Handyman Service and LaGwana. Our bronze sponsors are Jerry's Standard Service in Middlebury, Dutch Blessing Floral, and also Mold Mob in Shipshewana, and Precision Financial Group with offices in Topeka, Shipshewana, and LaGrange. Jamie and I will be back with more from Concord High School as we get set for basketball, Westview and Concord, right after this 30-second timeout.
Weaver Furniture Sales in Shipshewana invites you to visit their expanded showroom filled with a complete line of solid hardwood custom-made furniture for your entire home. You'll also find a wide selection of recliners, couches, chairs, and many more home furnishings to suit anyone's taste. Weaver Furniture, located just south of US Highway 20 on County Road 75 North. Weaver Furniture Sales in Shipshewana, family-owned and operated since 1989.
And we're back at Concord High School. Jerry Hostetler with J.B. Miller as we get set for varsity action now tonight. The JV was defeated earlier 54-37 by Concord, so we're hoping Westview can come out of here with a victory tonight in this varsity contest. Jamie, one thing that was very apparent when we walked into this gym tonight is things are a lot different than they normally are at Concord. Half the bleachers are pushed back and the chairs for the players are spread out. They were spread out 6 feet apart, but I see they've gotten moved closer together a little bit as the game wore on there. But usually this place is really rocking. They have a good band here. They have their meter over there that measures the crowd noise, and I don't think they're going to get that up very high tonight. No band, and only 250 fans are allowed into McHugh and Jim tonight.
I think some of my best memories of high school basketball, period, are from this gym.
Well, some of my announcing days are my best memories as well, and that goes way back to the early 80s when Sean Kemp and so on were playing. But, there's been, it just gives you the chills to come in here and do a ball game.
Yeah, and you can get, I don't know what they could probably get close to 4,000 people in here, I imagine, when it's full. And just some of the, even the years back when Westview was struggling a little bit in, it would have been maybe 06, 07, somewhere in there, and we'd come over here and get a beating. The atmosphere was incredible.
Right.
Like you mentioned, the band would take up most of that lower section over there, and it was an incredible atmosphere here. And, the outcome wasn't like you wanted, but it felt good to be in Hoosier hysteria and all that. So, many good memories here, and you're right. This is more like a funeral home here tonight.
Well, yeah,
gymnasium, but
I was telling the other guys, I wonder, we were wondering how the players felt, and we saw a couple times during the JV game that I think the players were actually misjudging the end line because the bleachers are pushed back. It's a little bit
I think
deceptive.
You're right. That has something to do with it.
Yeah.
It's thin end lined as well.
So I told them it's more like playing summer league or AAU or something like that, the way things are set up now and without all the fans here.
Well, and I think it's a little like when we watch college basketball now. There's a couple of schools that allow a fair amount of fans in, but most don't allow any, and so the home court edge just isn't there.
Right.
And so that works both ways. You know, we've started getting some back at Westview, but you know, you have an advantage on the road when you normally would have a little bit of a disadvantage. So we'll see if it helps us tonight. You know, Concord, they had 15 wins in 2013 and 14 under Steve Austin, and since then, their high water mark for wins in a year is this year at 9.
Wow.
So they have not won double figures in, what is that, 7, 8 years?
Something like that. I know last year, well, again, I was getting my score sheet ready, and I always go with the same sheet that I had last year and then update it. And I think they only had, would it have been one win when we came, or it wasn't here, but it was at Westview last year. But they just had a rotten season last year. Now they turned it around a little bit this year with 9 wins. But
well, even 2 years ago here, they had, I think, 6 wins going into this game, and that was our really good, you know, regional team, and they last second shot over there in that corner over there.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, we kind of messed around that game and didn't put them away and didn't play real well and paid for it. You know, one of the tough things as a coach from Westview perspective, we finished our conference season. Sectional is steaming full ahead coming Tuesday. What do you do with this game?
Right.
You know, just as a competitor, you want to play it. You want to play every game you can. But what kind of emphasis do you put on it? Just from experience, we didn't, as a coaching staff, put a whole lot of emphasis on this game. Your scouting report's not going to be quite as in-depth. You know, certainly you play as hard as you can, you play as well as you can, but your focus is on Central Noble Tuesday.
Right.
And let's get through this game. Let's not have any injuries. Let's get back on track and do what we do well and try to shake the stink off of that Fremont game. And we'll see what happens tonight. You know, certainly we want to get back on the winning track. This would be an impressive win, I think. Even a 9-win Concord team. They play a tough schedule. They've had a good winning streak. It's the best team they've had in 8 years, if you want to look at wins and losses. So it'll be a good feat to come in here and win this game tonight.
Yeah, they started off slow, as I recall, but they've really put it together lately and done much better. So it should be interesting tonight. What does Westview have to do to win this game, Jamie?
Well, I think, number one, Concord is really strong inside, and their emphasis is throw it inside.
Yes.
How do we defend the post and rebound those missed shots in there? I think that we struggled against Fremont the other night with that, and we're going to have to do much better tonight to have a chance.
And we'll pause for our national anthem.
As I was mentioning about the rebounding, you know, Goshen game, we dominated the rebounding. Fremont, we got out-rebounded significantly and around the basket where, you know, the points were scored. So we're going to have to come in here and hold our own on that end. I think we may have a perimeter advantage. Concord's got 2 shooters, number 4 and number 44. Jack D'Arcy and Gavin Smith are their leading 3-point shooters. So
got some big guys, Cole Tukey, I know we remember from last year, and also Peyton Fish. They're both around 6'6". Starting lineups tonight, Ben Burkett for Westview, number 11. Mason Yoder, number 13. Luke Miller and Lyndon Miller. Luke 31, Lyndon 23, and of course Brady Yoder, number 33, 5'9", sophomore. For the Concord Minutemen, under the direction, as I mentioned, their head coach Derek Deschone. They lost to John Glenn on Tuesday night, 42-32. Jack D'Arcy, a 6-foot junior, will start at 1 guard for Coach Deshone's team. Andres Dixon, a 5'9" junior, will start at guard. Also, number 30, Peyton Fish, a 6'6" senior. Number 34 is Avon Koltukian, a 6'5" junior, and rounding out their lineup, Gavin Smith, a 6' senior, and he'll be at a guard as well.
Some comparative scores from recently. They won at Northwood in overtime. They beat Wawasee by 4, and they had a 5-game winning streak in the middle of the season, which that's incredible for a team that won 1 game last year.
Right. So we'll see what happens. Both teams out on the floor, getting ready for the tip-off here tonight. And if you're listening here tonight, we will bring you the video tomorrow. We weren't allowed to tonight, but you'll be able to listen to the ball game. Westview controls the tip. Luke Miller out front. He'll give it to Linden. Linden, top of the circle, takes it right side, hands it off to Brady. Now we'll go to Burkett, right wing. I'll swing it around the perimeter, up top now to Luke Miller. Luke bounce pass to Ben way out front on the right side. In the corner right side now to Mason. He'll pop a 3 and he hits. Good start for Westview with Mason outside with the 3. So Westview out to the early lead, and D'Arcy brings it across the timeline. He'll go left side to Gavin Smith. Now high post shot from the right or left side is Peyton Fish. Fish has been leading them in scoring most of the games this year.
Yeah, he and Kultukian, you're better at that than I am, but they're both averaging around 12 points a game.
Brady missed a 3 from the left side. Now Concord brings it up. Trailing by 1. Gavin Smith. He'll go to Fish, and Fish is called for traveling. Good defense by Westview.
Concord likes to run a lot of high-low. With their size, they can do that. They got a guy up at the elbow and then a guy they post up, and they're going to have a height advantage at both positions. So should make it a fairly easy pass if we don't compete for position early.
Mason Yoder, left wing. He'll drive it down the lane, put it up, and scores.
Nice hard drive by Mason that time. He saw a little sliver in the defense and contorted himself through it.
5-2, Mason all 5 of the Westview points. With the ball, Dixon on the left side. He'll get it up top to Fish. Back to Dixon. His 3-pointer's off the mark. Battle for the rebound, and we have a whistle and a foul's going to be called. And that's going to go against Westview.
I think they got Brady. I thought it got Brady on it, but maybe not.
Luke give it to Luke. Luke, his first foul. They lob it inside. Fish can't get it to go. Hits off the back of the iron. Rebounding is Lyndon Miller. Up to his brother Luke, and he puts it in from the left side on the layup. 7-2.
Concord's going to have an advantage around the basket, but I think we can beat them down the floor if we keep pushing like that.
Andres Dixon, left side. He'll come up top to D'Arcy. Now right side to Smith, inside to Fish. They'll swing it around to the left corner now to D'Arcy. And then back out up front to Dixon. He'll drive it down the lane, scoops it up. No good, but a foul's called on Westview.
I think our strategy defensively, we're not extending our defense past the 3-point line. We got Gavin Smith shooting 28% from 3, and we got Jack D'Arcy shooting 31%. Those are their top shooters. So, take your chances out there and don't give up layups to 6'5" guys in the lane.
Andres Dixon misses on his first free throw. Hits the bottom of the rim. He'll get one more. Dixon, a 5'9" junior. Second shot is good, nothing but net for Dixon.
And the JV pressed all the time. I don't expect to see that too much from the varsity.
And they're in a man, it looks like. Yeah,
we're running a set here to see if we can get something easy.
Mason from the baseline right side, he hits again.
Yeah, good to see a good offensive start from Mason. He's had that potential. He's flashed it this year. And good to see that come back. Very needy time.
Westview by 6, 9-3. Concord with the ball. 3-pointer in the air for D'Arcy outside. He gets it from the left side.
Yeah, and that's going to happen, but that's okay. We'll play the percentages.
Shot by Burkett off the right side, no good, but Brady Yoder with the offensive rebound. Mason Yoder, the jumper from the free throw line, is no good, and the rebound is brought down by Andres Dixon. He trusts it across the timeline, goes left wing with it. He'll put up the three, and he hits. So 2 consecutive threes by Concord ties this ball game up at 9-9.
Dixon is probably their leading three-point shooter on the year. He is 14 for 40. Percentage-wise, that's 35%. So he's on top percentage-wise.
I don't think the way it looked, it didn't look like he wanted to really take the shot there, but.
That's not a lot of makes on the year, 14 or 15
right
now, but.
Now it's passed down low, and we have an offensive foul and a push-off. And that's going to go against Linden underneath. So Concord now a chance to take the lead. 4:10 to go, first quarter. All tied up at 9.
You know, they don't have great percentages shooting, but when you have 2 big guys inside and you have 3 perimeter players that can hit three-pointers, that sometimes their percentages go up a little bit if you're focusing so much on the inside game.
A couple of substitutions in for Concord. A Marion Moore, a 6'3 junior. Remember his name from last year. And also Swartout, a Griffin Swartout, 6'2 senior. And he has the ball up top. He'll go right side with it to Darcy. And now back to Fish. Fish on the pass on the wing left side to Moore. Back up top of the circle, it'll come to Swartout. Now to Dixon. Brady Yoder on Dixon, way out front. He'll get the pass off to Swartout, right side, then right back out front, it'll come to Dixon.
Concord averaging 45 points per game on the year, so they're kind of a deliberate offense.
They were that time, took a long time. Fish on the putback off the miss from Smith.
Well, and just knowing the Deshaun line of coaching, the way they run things, it's just get the shot you want. Sometimes it's quick, but a lot of times it's not.
Like you said, they are deliberate. Burkett, Brady Yoder, top of the circle. His shot's up, no good. Bounces high and grabbed by Lyndon Miller. Now to Luke at the free throw line. He'll hand it off to Burkett. Inside pass comes to Luke. Turnaround shot inside the lane is good by Luke Miller.
Yeah, good ball movement that time and good offensive rebound to give us an extra chance.
Good ball game so far. 11-11, 2:44 to go. First quarter. Timeout on the court. We'll be back with more from McEwen Gym right after this 30-second timeout. And we're back at Concord High School. Concord brings it up after the timeout, all tied up at 11.
The way you hang in against a bigger team, especially on their home court, is extra possessions, extra effort, and we've done that pretty nicely on the offensive end.
They work it down low to Fish, and he puts it in. He has 6 now, and that gives Concord a lead at 13-11.
Yeah, on the downside, our defense is giving them kind of whatever they want right now.
Brady Yoder goes right side to Mason. Out on the baseline to Luke Miller, now to Linden. He'll try to put it up, have it blocked, puts it up, and we have a foul called. Linden will go to the free throw line shooting 2.
Well, give credit to Deshaun for hanging in there. You know, he took over the first year they won 7 games, and that seemed like a great year compared to last year. But, you know, usually it's that third year where you can really start to see some progress in a program. Guys that maybe were freshmen when you came in, you've worked with. And they have quite a few juniors on their team right now that are contributing. And,
yeah, they have a young team. I mean,
Fish
is a senior, and I was thinking Darcy is, but he isn't. So,
yeah, Darcy's a junior. Moore's a junior. Kiltukian is a junior. And 2 of their guys off the bench, Dixon and Burkett, are also juniors. So
13-12. Westview are trailing by 1. Fish with the basketball. He'll go up top to Swartout. Now they go to Darcy. He drives, goes left side, Fish from the corner. His three-pointer's way off the mark. Rebound's pulled out of there by Brady Yoder. Brady all the way back, gives it to Luke. He'll drive, scoop it up, and put it in off the glass. Westview 14, Concord 13. 1:25 to go, opening quarter. And Marion Moore with it. He'll go up top to Gavin Smith, and we have a whistle and a turnover on, or an offensive foul on Concord. And that's going to be called on Swartout, his first. Luke Miller coming out of the ball game, and for the first time tonight will be Caleb Corey. Westview trying to increase their lead here, 14-13 right now, minute and 12 seconds to go first quarter. Burkett holding out front. He'll take it right side of the circle. Now give off to Brady Yoder. He'll take it to the left wing, and then he gives off out front to Lyndon Miller. Mason Yoder down the baseline, and we have an offensive foul on Mason as he ran over Darcy.
I don't think Darcy was set. He was leaning a little out of control, but the way Mason went flying in there, he's not gonna get the benefit of the call.
Right. Yeah, it looked like Darcy probably was even moving on that, but
and that's his second foul.
Luke right back into the ball game now as Mason comes out. 47 seconds to go first quarter. Westview by 1, 14-13. With the ball, Andres Dixon. He'll go right side to Darcy. Tries to get it inside to the big guy, Koltukian, and it's knocked out of his hands. Back out front now to come to Dixon as Concord will be happy just to take the last shot of the quarter here. Darcy with it in the center circle. He'll pass it to Dixon now with 20 seconds to go first quarter. Dixon with Lyndon Miller on him, goes to Moore. Now they'll come back outside on a pass to Dixon. Dixon takes it center circle again. He tries to drive on Lyndon, goes left side, and we have a traveling violation as Gavin Smith got the ball and tried to make a quick move toward the bucket, and he traveled. So Westview with 5.3 seconds to get a shot off here. Should be plenty of time, don't you think, Jamie?
Oh yeah, definitely. Enough shot to get several dribbles and a good shot and a pass.
Burkett to Luke. He'll put up the shot from three, and it's not going to go, and the buzzer sounds to end the first 8 minutes of basketball here at McEwen Gym at Concord High School. And our score, Westview with a slim lead of 14-13 after the first quarter. We'll be back with the second quarter right after this 60-second timeout.
If you're looking to replace or repair your home appliances, Topeka Do-It-Best Hardware is your local stop for Amana, Maytag, and Whirlpool appliances. Featuring in-home and in-store service and parts on most makes of home appliances. See JJ for all your appliance needs at Topeka Do-It-Best Hardware, an authorized Whirlpool and Maytag service center for over 40 years, located at the Blinker Light in downtown Topeka. Call them at 260-593-2973.
Mold Mob in Shipshewana provides an environmentally conscious approach to mold, moisture, and odor removal. Mold Mob gets to the source of the problem in a way that is effective, affordable, and protects the planet. Mold Mob's indoor air quality services don't just cover up odors, mold, smoke, or other toxins. They remediate with treatments that denature bacteria, fungi, and other toxic substances for cleaner air. That's Mold Mob, just west of 5 and 20 in Shipshewana, or call 260-214-1250.
Back at Concord High School, 14-13 as we begin the second quarter. Concord will inbound the basketball. Well, Westview coming off that really tough loss to Fremont to tie with Central Noble for the conference championship.
Definitely a tough loss, but I think we've come out here today, ready to go, aggressive and sharp. And we've got to maintain that. Obviously, we've played pretty good, and we're down a point. So we got to make them tough and a little tougher shots on the defensive end.
Ball deflected out of bounds. Fish, by the way, I keep forgetting we're not we're not on video, so people are wondering what happened. Fish did hit a field goal to begin this second quarter. So Concord with a lead, 15-14, Westview with the basketball. Brady Yoder out front between his circles. He'll go right side of Burkett. Down low, it'll come to Luke Miller, and he can't control it down on the baseline. It goes out of bounds. It'll be a turnover, unforced turnover on Westview.
Well, here's the point of the game where each team now has had a quarter to see what the other team does. So who makes the adjustments? Who has the players that can read the defense and make offensive plays?
Dixon tries to get it down into the corner left side to Smith. Right back out to Dixon high left side. They'll go on the other side to Darcy. Bounce pass at the elbow to Fish, and he has it knocked away, but they're going to call Luke for a reach-in foul. Luke's second foul.
Sneaky hands can get you in trouble sometimes.
I guess. We've seen that pay off many times this year, but didn't get away with that one. Darcy can't hold it. Knocked out of his hands, but he regains possession. He'll get it to Fish, and now out front it'll go to Dixon. Dixon with Lyndon Miller on him. Picks up his dribble to top of the circle, and then gives off to Koltukian, who puts up the shot from there. No good, and right there for the rebound is Luke Miller. Luke gets it to his brother, Lyndon. He'll cross the timeline, works it right side, high on the wing. Bounce pass down low on the baseline to Caleb Corey, who tried to get it inside on the pass, and it's intercepted by Koltukian. Concord bringing it back. In the corner right side, Smith gets it out of trouble. They'll swing it around the perimeter to Fish on the left side, and then to Darcy. Now to Dixon. Dixon, right side. And we have what? What was the call?
I don't know what the call was.
I guess it was a foul.
I thought it, well, he held his hand out. I was thinking it's number 5, but no, he just held his hand out.
Huh.
So.
Some kind of turnover, maybe.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
It
wasn't 5 minutes. It wasn't 5 seconds on the guy with the ball.
I didn't think so. Hey, there's a three by Lyndon Miller from the right side, and that's good. And now into the ball game, Drew Miller, number 21. He's come in to give Luke a rest. 17-15. Concord with the basketball. Fish. He'll go left side with it to Darcy in the corner. Now down low to Moore. Back out to Koltukian.
You can see Concord really trying to pump the ball down low.
And it pays off of Marion Moore with a turnaround jump shot from about 10 feet out. 17-17, we're all tied up again. Drew Miller bounce passes it inside to Caleb Corey. He'll shoot it right side to Burkett. Now Drew coming across the lane and right back to Lyndon Miller on the right side. Drew Miller now. He'll go up top with it on a pass to Burkett. Burkett down low to Caleb. He'll try to scoop it up. Looked like he got fouled. No call. And back comes Concord. Moore all the way to the basket. Has it blocked by Drew Miller from behind. Good job by Drew preventing that basket. Good hustle.
He now has one more block shot in his career than I ever did.
Way to go, Drew. Bounce pass into, now right back to Darcy from Koltukian. Shots up, no good. Koltukian with a rebound, and the putback is good. 19-17 now. Concord with a lead. Caleb Corey, after the feed from Drew Miller, is fouled as he goes up for the shot. He's going to have a pair coming from the free throw line as well.
One thing I think you'll notice with Drew and Caleb in the game together, the ball moves well. You know, they just have a sense for where each other is. You know, they're seniors. They've been in the program for, well, since they were about second grade.
That's true.
And so, I don't know. It's just something about their connection. They just know where each other is.
It just kind of comes natural after that many years. Corey with Caleb Corey with his first free throw, and it's good. Brings Westview back within one now at 19-18. Chance to tie it here. Caleb shot in the air, spins out, no good, and the rebound's pulled down by Koltukian. He'll get it to Darcy. He'll come out front with it on the pass to Dixon. Dixon works it left side on the bounce pass to Smith. Smith back up top to Moore. Moore dishes it to Darcy. 10-footer off the baseline, right side is good. Darcy with 5 now gives Concord a 3-point lead at 21-18.
Yeah, Concord definitely has some advantages on offense that's going to give them openings. So Westview's going to have to keep scoring to keep pace.
Lyndon Miller makes a move behind the back dribble. Good pass down low to Caleb Corey on a reverse layup. Caleb puts it in. His 3rd point tonight, first field goal. 21-20 now. Concord by 1 and the basketball. Smith inside. Koltukian turnaround jumper from about 10 is good.
Yeah, again, a nice little easy shot for Concord. So as long as they're shooting 5-footers, they're getting what they want.
Brady open from the right side in the corner, and he hits for a 3. That's his first points of the ball game. And it came at an opportune time. It gives Westview a tie now at 23-23.
Yeah, you know, with Drew and Caleb in there, they've done a nice job of holding the fort while Mason and Luke are sidelined.
Both of them with 3 fouls, right?
2.
2, okay. It's not serious foul trouble, but.
No, but it was late in the first quarter, early in the second, so you kind of had to.
Right. Long 3 is in and out, no good by Dixon, and a rebound, Caleb Corey. He'll outlet it to Drew Miller, quickly across the timeline on the pass to Burkett. Burkett works it up top to Lyndon Miller. He'll get it to Brady. A long 3 is good. Brady looking like he's starting to feel it now. His second 3 within a minute or so. 26-23, Concord wants to talk things over. 2:43 to go in the first half. We'll be back with more from McEwen Gym at Concord High School right after this 60-second timeout.
If you're looking to replace or repair your home appliances, Topeka Do It Best Hardware is your local stop for Amana, Maytag, and Whirlpool appliances. Featuring in-home and in-store service and parts on most makes of home appliances. See JJ for all your appliance needs at Topeka Do It Best Hardware, an authorized Whirlpool and Maytag service center for over 40 years, located at the Blinker Light in downtown Topeka. Call them at 260-593-2973.
Out. Concord brings it up court. Jack Darcy goes right side in the corner to Moore. Moore swings it back out front to Dixon, and now into the hands of Smith. Back to Moore. Right side to Dixon. He'll set up Darcy out front, and he'll swing it back to Moore left side.
See, they're not really respecting number 24's outside shot very much. Drew's playing a good 8-10 feet off of him by design.
Has he even taken a 3 tonight? I don't
think he has.
Shots have been about 10 to 15 feet out. Shots in the air, no good, but a foul is called. It's going to go against Westview. And Darcy's going to go to the free throw line for Concord with a pair of free throws coming his way.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate foul because we had good defense, we had good help side, we were forcing him into a tough pull-up, and then we hacked the shooter. That drives the coach crazy.
Well, that one spins out. Darcy misses his first free throw. He'll get one more. By the way, the foul was on Burkett for Ben. That's his first. 2:06 to go, first half. Second shot by Darcy is no good as well. But he gets the rebound as it's tipped out to him on the left side, right side rather. And Dixon now with it. Back to Darcy. Driving is Dixon down the lane to Darcy, left side. Now they come out front to Dixon. In the corner to Moore. Moore gives it to Dixon, fakes the shot, and gives off to Koltukian, who's come way out. Now Darcy. And Dixon.
Yeah, Concord just being real deliberate, trying to get exactly what they want.
And we have a traveling violation as Dixon tried to make the move down the lane and he shuffled his feet. So another turnover on Concord. And now Westview wants to talk things over. Minute 22 to go, first half. Westview leads it 26-23. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Want to know what I like best about playing basketball for my high school? I like it because it's a place where my friends get to see me play. I like it because I'm playing for someone besides myself. I'm playing for everybody in my school and every person in my community.
Indiana High School Sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
Back at Concord, Westview will be inbounding. Lyndon Miller will inbound right in front of the Westview bench. He gets it into Ben Burkett.
Yeah, Mason comes back in with a minute to go. Maybe give him a little more firepower offensively.
Burkett stops up top of the circle, gives off to Luke Miller. Takes it left side high on the wing and then gives out front to Linden. Right side to Burkett. Up top of the circle to Yoder, Mason Yoder. Now to Brady Yoder between the circles to Burkett. Inside, a minute to go. Feed inside to Luke. He can't get it to go, but he is fouled.
Yeah, coach brought in, now he's going to go offense, defense.
Drew Miller getting set to check back into the ball game for Mason. And also Caleb Corey's coming in. At the free throw line, Luke Miller shooting 2 when he hits the first. First free throw tonight for Luke. He has 7.
See, Linden had 2 earlier, right?
Yes. First, he had a 3 and a free throw. Luke misses that one. Westview with a 4-point lead, 27-23, 44 seconds to go. DeMarion Moore, right side. He'll put up a 3, and he hits.
Well,
so we did drop off our offense there, dared him, and he took advantage of it.
yeah, when you leave them that open that often, they're like, well, why not? I'll give it a shot.
Pulls Concord within 1. Now Linden takes a 3 from the left side. Good hustle by Drew to get that offensive rebound. Keeps it in Westview's hands. Drew tries to lob it inside, gets it into Linden, can't get the shot to go down, and rebound's pulled down by Koltukian with 5 seconds to go in the half. Out front now is Darcy. He drives, puts up the runner, no good, off the glass and off the front of the rim. So we've played 16 minutes of basketball now at Concord, and our score, it's a tight one. It's Westview 27 and Concord 26 as they both go to their locker rooms. And Jamie and Dan will be back with halftime scoring and stats right after this 2-minute timeout.
Tiffany's Restaurant on East Lake Street, Topeka. Mouth-watering home-cooked goodness, all in a friendly down-home atmosphere among friends and neighbors. Different daily specials, all-you-can-eat fish twice a week. Scrumptious buffets featuring our fried chicken. And then finish it off with a slice of fresh-baked pie. Eat in our large dining room or carry out at 260-593-2988 and now offering delivery within 10 miles of Topeka.
Back at Concord High School, where at halftime, Westview leads Concord 27-26. Very tight game throughout. Westview led 14-13 after one quarter and 27-26 at halftime. So an even second quarter. Let's take a look at the scoring for Concord. Jack D'Arcy has 5 points. Andres Dixon had 4. Amarian Moore, a 6'3 junior, hit a late three-pointer to up his total to 5. Peyton Fish leads Concord tonight, a 6'6 senior, he had 8 points. And Zaven Koltukian, a 6'5 junior, had 4 points. I might add on the year, Marion Moore, who just hit that three-pointer, is now 2 for 3 on the year from three-point range. So, as a coach, you see that they're 1 for 2. That's probably going to be your scouting report.
Right.
Don't, sag way off of him. He had a 6-inch height advantage on the guy guarding him. You got to give up something. So we'll take that. For Westview, scoring has been very even. Mason Yoder started off hot with 7 points, and that's where he ended up, right at 7. Lyndon Miller had 4. Luke Miller added 7, 3 field goals and a free throw. Brady Yoder had 2 late threes there in the second quarter to finish with 6. And Caleb Corey had a free throw and a field goal for 3 points to round out the scoring for Westview. So very, very evenly played half. I thought it was and it could pay off later this game in that Luke and Mason went out early in the second quarter with foul trouble. Drew and Caleb came in and didn't combine for a lot of points, but, they did a lot of other good things, and we maintained the lead and have a lead at halftime. So Dan's got some of the nitty-gritty now on how Westview got to where they are.
Well, so Westview's biggest lead came at 9-3, and that was when Mason hit his 7th point. So he scored 7 of our first 9 points. I think Luke hit a bucket in between there, but most of the points came early on from Mason. Had a really good start to the game. We've hit 4 threes. We're 4 of 8 from three-point range, and 3 different players have hit a 3. So Mason hit one early on to start the game, and then Lyndon hit one, and then Brady hit 2 in a row. And, so doing okay from there, 4 of 8, 6 of 11 from 2-point range. So overall shooting just a tick above 50% from the field. And on the other side, the Minutemen, so we're at 10 of 19 from the field. They're 11 of 20. So almost identical. They're 6 of 11 and 4, we're 6 of 11. They're 8 of 13 and 3 of 7. So they've hit a couple more 2s than we have. We've hit 1 more 3. And then the other difference would come from the free throw line. They are 1 of 4 from the stripe. We're 3 of 6. So while we'd have a little room for improvement there, at least we made half of ours. They made a fourth of theirs. So there's a couple points there. Rebounding, we're getting out rebounded, and that might be expected with the height difference, but often we see Westview teams still hanging right in there and still winning that rebounding battle. But right now I show us with 4 offensive, 4 defensive rebounds. They've got 7 defensive and 5 offensive, so that's probably the big thing right now. 6 fouls whistled against us, only 4 against them. So I don't know. Their biggest lead was 3. That came in the about halfway through the second period when they went up 21-18, and then we hit a bucket and they hit a bucket. So twice they were up 3, and then but our biggest lead, like I said, was at 6 points early in the game. But since then, after that 6-point lead, I think the biggest lead we've had is I guess we were back up to 4 right before they hit that 3-pointer.
Yeah, before the guy that hit his second 3 of the year hit one.
Well, he's shooting 67% for the year now. You better watch out.
Yeah, that's one of those where, you give him room and don't respect it. But if you don't respect it that much, when we're playing in the lane and he's behind the 3-point line.
Well, the only thing is, sometimes that'll mess with a kid if they.
It can.
Like you're daring you, and then so it's like.
He turned it down probably, 10 times before he
several
finally shot
times,
it. Yeah.
Finally, he's like, okay, I'll shoot it. And then he hit it. So
it does almost put more pressure on him when they're, are you really going to do this?
Well, it's like, I better make this one.
Yeah.
That's the last one I'll be shooting.
Exactly.
The other thing I didn't mention is very few turnovers. I'm showing 3 for Westview, 5 for Concord.
A little different than the JV game,
Oh, my
Dan?
goodness. Where we had 5 every period except for the second where we had 8.
Yeah.
So 23 for the game?
Yeah.
Wow, in 28 minutes. That's
so
not a good average.
I was kind of hoping this would be a better ball game.
Well, and it's interesting thinking about, so last year, this game is the game where we just kept feeding Charlie, and he set the school record, scoring 52 points. And so, it's it's a little different this year.
Well, and I think your points about the rebounding are crucial too, because I think at least 2 of those offensive rebounds turned into putbacks.
Yeah.
To give them layups.
Right.
And or a 3. I think from what I look at Concord, they have capable three-point shooters, but I think if they shoot a good percentage from out there in a game, it's a bonus for them. It's not something they rely on. And so for them to get a couple of those gift three-pointers in the first half, plus a couple of offensive rebounds, I think we played pretty well.
I think so too.
They used some of those to hang in there, but I think we've kind of got a beat on their offense a little bit and what they're trying to do. So they're hanging in there. We're hitting some shots. We'll see who can do that again in the second half.
Okay, 27-26 is our halftime score. Westview leading Concord by that single digit. Should have a fantastic second half here at McEwen Gym at Concord High School. We'll be back with the second half right after this 60-second timeout.
Becoming a licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 22 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.
Weaver Furniture Sales in Shipshewana invites you to visit their expanded showroom filled with a complete line of solid hardwood, custom-made furniture for your entire home. You'll also find a wide selection of recliners, couches, chairs, and many more home furnishings to suit anyone's taste. Weaver Furniture, located just south of US Highway 20 on County Road 75 North. Weaver Furniture Sales in Shipshewana, family-owned and operated since 1989.
And we're back at McEwen Gym, Concord High School. Concord out of their huddle. Westview still talking things over with their head coach, Ed Bentley. Westview trying to bounce back after that tough loss against Fremont on Tuesday night. And they've got a slim lead here as we begin the second half of play. Looks like Concord's coming out with their original starting lineup, which is Jack Darcy, a 6-foot junior, along with Andres Dixon, their point guard, 5'9" junior. Peyton Fish, number 30, 6'6" senior. 6'5" junior Zaven Koltukian.
I think I remember the game last year mainly because of how many times you said that name.
Yeah, I remember saying that, having to say it several times. Luke Miller with the basketball as Westview begins with it first. To Linden. His shot from 10 is good, or 15.
Yep, anytime you can get a wide open elbow jumper, you got to take it.
29-26, Westview now by 3. Bringing it up is Andres Dixon. Stops up and then gives off right side on the bounce pass to Darcy. Back to the other side of the court to Dixon. Dixon takes it down on the wing and pulls it back out front to Fish. They'll swing it around the perimeter to Smith and then back out front to Dixon. And Concord's been playing pretty deliberate all night on offense. Shot inside by Fish. Twisting move underneath is good. He has 10. Pulls Concord within 1 now, 29-28. Burkett, inside pass on the left side to Luke Miller, and he'll bring it back out front. Burkett between the circles. Bounce pass to Mason at the elbow, right side. He gives it down low to Linden. He'll put the shot up and scores.
Both teams are running plays to get a post up inside, an advantage. Concord sets a double screen on the side, and then one of the top screeners goes high. They throw it high, and then he tries to throw it low. They're running the same thing here. That time they didn't get the pass in.
Between the circles, Darcy, you'll go right side to Dixon. Dixon drives down to the baseline and shoots it out on the left side in the corner, and it's deflected out of bounds. It'll stay in the hands of Concord.
You'd hear that time, too, Deshaun calling out the play we were running. So we're well scouted, but we executed and got it anyhow.
Shot from the corner is no good. Right side by Andres Dixon. Burkett comes out with him for Westview, and Westview's in transition. Brady Yoder from the corner right side. It spins out halfway down and came out. Battle for the rebound. Finally pulled out of there by Fish to Darcy.
Could have been a foul over the back on Darcy that time, on Luke.
Gavin Smith controlling left side on the wing. Out front it'll come to Fish. Fish down low to Koltuki and right back to Fish on the give and go. He puts it in off the glass and he's fouled.
Yeah, they're simply using their height right now to throw over the top of us. So a couple of things you can do defensively. Number one, don't let the low guy set up quite so low. Push him out, get under him. You know, when you're 5'11" or 6 foot guarding a 6'5" guy, you have a little bit of a center of gravity advantage. Get under him, push him out, make him catch it 8 feet away instead of 5 feet away. That helps.
So the senior Fish completes the old-fashioned three-point play to tie it up 31-31. Burkett gets it to Lyndon Miller right side, to Luke out front, now to Mason. From the elbow left side, his shot's up, and he got it.
Almost the exact same bounce that Lyndon got on that shot a few minutes ago.
We're getting those open shots from 15. 9 points now for Mason tonight, 33-31, Westview back up by 2.
Another thing we can do to help defend that play they run over and over is pressure the ball. That first pass, if it's a little tougher, if you have ball pressure, it makes that first pass tougher to see.
Concord working it around. Now they'll get it to Fish. He fakes, can't find the shot from about 12 feet out, so he gives it up out front to Darcy. Now to Dixon. Dixon goes left side to Smith. Smith shot from the corner, rims out, no good, and the rebound's pulled down by Lyndon Miller. His pass up to Brady, now underneath to Burkett. Good work on the break by Westview.
Yeah, that was a pretty fast break to see there.
Ben with his first 2 of the night, 35-31, Westview with a 4-point lead.
Well, with so many games, it just starts on defense. And when we can get stops, get the rebound clean, and get out on the break, we really have an advantage out there.
Dixon a little bit out of control off the right side, puts up the shot, misses, and Westview got the rebound. Then on the attempted steal, I think we have a reach-in foul is going to be called, and a technical is now called on Lyndon Miller. I'm not sure.
I think.
Oh, they called the foul on Lyndon, and he was upset about it.
Yeah, I think what happened is he had the ball. He felt like he got hacked. The guy stole it. He went back after it, and they called it on him. So I don't know, obviously, what was said, but it was enough to get some reaction.
Yeah.
So does that still go in the book as a foul if they get a technical?
I believe so.
That was a rule a long time ago.
Yeah, it does.
I'm thinking it does. So that
Dan's shaking his head, yes.
So he's got 4 now. So that could be a huge turning point.
Smith shot from the free throw line is good. His first point of the night. Lyndon a real competitor.
Well, when we had it and we had an advantage again on the break, that could have been huge to go up 6 or 7 points. And instead they get 2 free throws, and now they can tie it or take the lead.
Smith hits them both, 35-33, 4:24 to go, third quarter. Concord inbounds it now. Gavin Smith brings it across the timeline, works it right side on a dribble. Bounce passes right at the free throw line to Darcy. He unloads it to Moore. They'll work it around left side back to Moore, and then Fish almost loses the basketball. Regains possession, gives off to Smith, and now to Moore. Fish now, top of the circle, drives, pulls up, can't take the shot. Gives it off out front. Once again, Concord in rotation. Driving, Moore all the way to the basket, puts it in off the glass.
Yeah, that's exactly what Moore wants to do. And that's why we were so far off of it, because he's pretty good and shifty in there.
And we can get airborne pretty well. And once he gets inside, a nice shot. Ball tipped out of bounds. It'll stay in the hands of Westview as Brady Yoder will inbound underneath the Westview basket off to the right.
Yeah, that's a really nice way of saying we have nobody that can come close to blocking his shot.
Yeah.
No, you're right. He got up there in a hurry.
Foul underneath on Concord that time, and the foul's going to be called on Xavier Koltuki, and that'll be his first.
Well, Concord's made a little run here. We made a run. Now Concord's making one. Can we score enough?
Jump hook's no good by Caleb Corey. It's tipped out of bounds by Westview. It'll be Concord ball, and they'll be inbounding right in front of the Westview bench.
Yeah, good weak hand jump hook by Caleb. Just a about an inch short that time from crawling over the front of the rim.
He hadn't missed very many of those this year.
Nope. He does have some pretty good size guarding him in there, so it makes it a little bit tougher.
Concord with it, working it around the perimeter. Fish in the corner, right side. He'll pull it back out front on the pass to Darcy, and they'll swing it all the way around to the left to Moore. Back out front to Fish. Takes one dribble, then unloads the pass to Moore. Moore in the corner, right side to Smith. Smith will cross-court it to Fish. Fish had the three-point look, passes it up, gives it to Zolkukian. Now right side in the corner, shots in the air, and good from three-point land for Gavin Smith, his first of the night.
That's his second attempt this half, I believe. Shooting 28% on the year.
Concord now up 3, 38-35, 2:29 to go, third quarter. Luke Miller gets it out front to Ben Burkett, back to Luke. Luke drives the lane, he's triple teamed, gives off to Burkett at the free throw line. Now down low in the lane to Caleb Corey, gets it to Mason Yoder out front. Back to Luke. Now Brady, Burkett right side high on the wing. Bounce passes it to Mason, left open for a three. It's going to be short off the front of the iron, and the rebound's yanked down by Zaven Koltukian. He'll give it to Darcy, and he'll cross the timeline inside 2 minutes to go down to third quarter. Smith works it right side to Fish now. Darcy back out front, it'll come to Moore. He'll swing it to Gavin Smith. Smith waits for traffic to clear and then gives off to Moore. Fish now out front. Hands it off to Darcy. Nearing the minute and a half mark now to go in the third quarter.
Concord's going to get, now that they have the lead, they're going to be especially deliberate and conservative. That's just why you don't want to get very far behind them.
Right. Yeah, they could legitimately kill the clock here in the third quarter. There's only a minute 13 to go.
And we're not pressuring the ball in the perimeter.
Right.
We're giving them easy releases. They're releasing the ball or reversing the ball really easily, so they could pretty much do it till they feel like stopping it.
Now we're down to a minute now. Darcy goes to Moore, left side. He'll cross-court it in the corner. Wide open is Smith for a three, and he hits again. So now Smith feels it. That gives Concord their biggest lead of the night, I believe.
How come it always seems on senior night, Concord has some guy step up and hit three-pointers out of nowhere? I mean, he's hit some this year, but.
Shots up and good by Mason, and that cuts down or stops a 10-point run for Concord.
Yeah, which all started from that technical. So good play
true.
by Mason that time. We really needed that going into the fourth quarter.
41-37 Concord. Ticking down to 15 seconds now to go in the third quarter. Burkett guarding Darcy out front. Darcy drives, gives off once again. Smith, and he hits another three. He's just saying, give me the ball.
Well, there's got to be better communication there with our defense.
Mason's shot took it maybe a little bit too quick, off the mark from three. And that'll do it for three quarters of basketball here at the McEwen Gym at Concord High School. Our score, Concord 44, Westview 37. We'll be back with the fourth quarter of this ball game right after this 60-second timeout.
Mold Mob in Shipshewana provides an environmentally conscious approach to mold, moisture, and odor removal. Mold Mob gets to the source of the problem in a way that is effective, affordable, and protects the planet. Mold Mob's indoor air quality services don't just cover up odors, mold, smoke, or other toxins. They remediate with treatments that denature bacteria, fungi, and other toxic substances for cleaner air. That's Mold Mob, just west of 5 and 20 in Shipshewana, or call 260-214-1250.
Becoming a licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 22 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.
And we're back at Concord, getting set for the fourth quarter here. 8 minutes on the clock. Concord will inbound the basketball, and they have the lead.
Yeah, when you have a hot player like that, you have got, as a defense, you've got to help out on that. Brady's getting screened to death out there, and you've got to have some help. and we didn't do it that time. And we better start doing it or it's going to get away from us, I think. Their Mason's on him now, and that should help a little bit.
Fish drives, goes up from the left side, bangs it in off the glass. He has 15 now, and it increases Concord's lead, their biggest of the night, obviously, 46-37, 9-point lead.
For a team that scores 44 points a game, we're giving them way too easy of shots. I mean, they already got their average, and they got a quarter to go.
That's true. 45.4 coming in. Gave up 49.1 coming into tonight's game.
On the other hand, our offense is really stagnant right now. We have 3 guys within 8 feet of each other, no driving lanes, and so we want to spread out a little bit. That's a nice pass there by Luke to
good feed
Caleb.
From Luke to Caleb, and Caleb puts it in. His second field goal of the night, go along with a free throw. 5 points now for Caleb Corey.
I'd like to see us run something on this end to try to get Brady free. He's shot well tonight in the shots he's had, but he hasn't had very many.
Moore gets it to Dixon. Now back to Smith, and we're really coming out on him now. Darcy forces up a shot, and it goes in.
Yeah, I don't know. They've barely missed a shot since that technical.
I tell you, that just kind of lit a fire under them.
Well, it really did. It changed momentum. We had the momentum, and they were missing, and we were running. And so we got to do something here to turn that back around.
Westview with the basketball, 48-39. Concord with the lead. Bounce pass to Corey. He gets it inside to Brady, loses a handle right into the hands of Darcy. Darcy to Dixon, and it's knocked out of bounds by Ben Burkett.
Yeah, just too clogged up in there to make that pass. That's a good cut by Brady, but we already had another guy standing there. And there's too many defenders around there, and the pass was tough to catch. It was when a quarterback throws it at the receiver's ankles almost. That's
yeah, exactly.
Not likely to be caught.
Is it the Concord defense that's
No, I think it's more the timing of our offense. We're not spread out, which creates better passing angles and just more room to operate.
Concord, once again, just keeps reversing the ball. They have sharp, quick passes. Now holding it out front is Dixon. Inside 5 minutes to go. Inside 6 minutes, I should say, to go in this ball game. Concord by 9, 48-39. With the ball, Smith right side gets it back out front to Dixon. Dixon drives, and we have a foul. And that's going to go against Westview. Brady picks up the foul. That'll be his first. Caleb Corey comes back out of the ball game now as Lyndon Miller comes back in for Westview. Concord inbounding. They'll get it into Darcy and now into the hands of Dixon. Right back to Darcy.
Westview going with a little 1-3-1 trap here, I think, to just try to maybe speed Concord up a little bit, get them out of their comfort zone, which is what they're in right now. But this does take a lot of energy, and it will leave openings for three-pointers and offensive rebounds.
Well, they seem to have adjusted to it. My goodness. Gavin Smith, another three-pointer from way downtown, high off the right wing. His fourth three-pointer of the second half. Shots up by Burkett. It hit every part of the rim, but didn't go in.
Well, it's neat from Concord's perspective when you're a senior and you have a shooting night like Gavin Smith is having.
Yeah.
You know, he's averaging 5 points a game, and he's had,
wow,
from what I remember, at least 12 this half.
Yeah, I believe so. He didn't have any points at all in the first half. So, yeah, all four of his three-pointers have come in the third and fourth quarter.
And as a player, when you hit 4 threes in a row, that basket looks enormous.
Good steal by Mason, and then he draws the foul on Fish as he drove toward the basket.
Well, since we were ahead 35-31, Concord's gone on obviously a 20-4 run. And really the guy that's made some plays to try to keep us in it is Mason. He's had a nice drive, has a steal there.
Can't get that free throw to go. Got one more. Got 11 points tonight, 7 of those coming in the first half. Second shot is good, but it's waved off. I'm not sure what happened.
think they called Brady for stepping into the lane too quick.
Yep, that's what it was. So the free throw does not count for Mason. So that keeps it at 51-39 Concord. Ball knocked out of bounds by Brady into the Concord fans across from us. And inbounding will be Gavin Smith for the Minutemen. He'll lob it into Koltuki and underneath. Turnaround jumper short and rebounds. Grabbed and pulled down by Lyndon Miller. He'll get it to Mason. Mason drives. Tries to put it up. Has it blocked away right into the hands of Smith. Smith gets it to Dixon. Now it's passed to Koltukian. Looking for help. And a timeout's called by Coach Deschone of Concord. 4:18 to go in the ball game. Westview trailing Concord 51-39. We'll be back right after this 30-second timeout.
Furup May Funeral Home in LaGrange serves the surrounding area with dignified and personal funeral services. Furup May provides pre-planning, traditional funeral services, traditional cremations and simple cremations, as well as monument sales. Call to discuss your needs with a knowledgeable funeral director, Lowell or Brian May, licensed funeral directors who will help you honor the cherished memory of your departed loved one. Call 260-463-3131 or visit their website at furupmayfuneralhome.com.
All right, 4:18 on the clock here at Concord High School. Concord leading Westview by a score of 51-39 in this last ball game for Westview, going into the sectional next week on Wednesday night. Second game as they face the Central Noble Cougars. By the way, and once again, a reminder that LaGwana will be covering every one of the sectional games this year, beginning on Tuesday night at 6:45. We'll go on with the East Side Fairfield game. And then both games, of course, on Wednesday night. With the ball, Andres Dixon. We come out of the timeout. The inside pass to Koltuki and can't get it to go. Fish with the pushback, or putback, I should say, and he misses, but a foul.
Yeah, and Lyndon, I think, is done. That's on Lyndon.
23, yep, it is. So Lyndon Miller fouls out of the ball game.
A trend I was going to mention a little bit earlier, and I haven't followed it too many games back, but against Fremont, we were outscored 17-5 in the third quarter.
Right.
Tonight, 21-11.
So a good quarter for us.
38-16 in the last two third quarters. That's a trend we'll want to reverse on Tuesday.
Oh,
obviously.
my goodness. Yeah, we will.
Hard to explain. Sometimes those things just happen. You know, for a while we trended in our second quarters were just awesome.
Right.
And but to have a quarter down that far consistently is really curious.
Fish, it's 1 out of 2 from the free throw line. So he now has 16 and increases Concord's lead up to 52-39. Caleb Corey was losing his balance, tried to lob it inside over the head of the offense and right into the hands of Marion Moore.
Again, 3 people in the corner, nowhere to pass it, no real purpose there to the offense.
And now we have a hand check on Brady out front, right across the timeline on Darcy. So that'll be number 2 on Brady. Smith will inbound right at the center court line, and he's going to lob it to Koltukian, but Koltukian is held. I thought maybe he was going to get whistled for the push-off, but they're going to call it on Luke. Luke Miller's third foul tonight. Didn't see that. It looked like Koltukian pushed off as he was trying to go for the basketball, but they were calling Luke, I guess, for the hold. Did you see that, Jamie?
I just saw 2 players going for the ball.
Yeah.
And I think that's a no call at best. The pass was, in football they call it uncatchable.
Right. It was headed for the out-of-bounds line. And now what?
They just gave Westview bench a warning.
That's what I thought. I don't think Coach Bentley was very happy about the previous call as we were questioning.
Well, it just seems like I'm not sure what they called now.
Now they're calling the athletic director out, and I'm not sure what that's all about.
I think they're throwing out somebody.
Yeah. One of our fans. So they're.
Is that one of ours or one of theirs?
He had a red shirt on, I'll say that.
I thought it looked orange. I guess close enough. It wasn't green, was it?
Right.
Yeah, here's where the referees are going to probably try to get extra picky on the calls just to try to keep things under control.
Right. Another touch foul. Referees Doug Wilcox from Valpo, Clem Hollingsworth from Maryville, and Johnny Jones from East Chicago refereeing tonight's ball game.
It probably also doesn't hurt that our bench was protesting some calls. Sometimes that will help you get a few.
Mason Yoder, a little jumper inside the three-point line is good for Mason. He now has 10. Dixon with the ball. Westview pressing. D'Arcy back to Dixon. He crosses the timeline. Now back to D'Arcy. D'Arcy bounce passes it left side to Gavin Smith, who's really got Concord going here in the second half with all his threes. And now a reaching foul's called on Mason Yoder.
You know, a few years ago, not really a staple of our defense, but something we used fairly regularly was a 1-3-1 half-court trap. Well, that was back when we had 4 to 5 players that were 6'4" or bigger on the floor at once. That covers a lot more territory than 5'7", 5'9", 6 foot, 5'11". So we try, but you just can't block the passing angles as well with that size out there.
Smith hits his first free throw. He'll get one more, and he hits that one as well. 16 points now for Smith. He must be having the best game of his season at least.
Yeah, I would guess. Certainly the best half.
Oh my, all his points have come in this half. Shot by Mason for the free throw line. It's going to be short, and the rebound's pulled down by Dixon. Inside 3 minutes to go now in the ball game. Westview trailing by 13, 54-41. Dixon with it out front with Brady Yoder on him, and another foul on Brady. Wow. Third foul on Brady.
Well, we're at the point of the game where we got to start forcing the action, see if we can get a few misses, come down, get some quick threes, maybe get back in this. Or it could turn into a 20-point loss if Concord makes their free throws. But you got to try something as a coach. You know, the margin of victory is irrelevant, or margin of loss is irrelevant. So you got to try something and see if you can change it up.
And Dixon hits both of his free throws. 56-41 now. Westview brings it up in a hurry. Mason across the timeline. He wants to clear out. And that doesn't work, is it, to Brady? Brady will drive the lane, scoops it up, and hits. And we have a foul. So Brady's shot counts, and he'll get a free throw.
Yeah, they were overplaying Brady so much, or they have most of the game. He's only had a couple of openings from 3. So he took advantage of that and beat his guy to the basket.
D'Arcy picks up foul number 1. And Brady hits his free throw. 56-44, Westview down 12, 2:25 to go in the ball game. With the ball, Dixon drives by Brady, goes right side to Smith. Smith to Fish. Fish drives, puts it up on the glass, no good. Rebound, Luke drives it, gives out to Mason for the layup. Westview on an excellent break that time. A full timeout called by Westview with it's cut the Concord lead down to 10 now, 56-46, 2:09 to go in the game. We'll be back right after this 30-second timeout. And we're back at Concord High School. Full timeout called on the court. Both teams still in their huddle. Jay?
I think this game has shown, you know, it really shows the potential this team has. With the exception of about a 4-minute stretch in this game, we're playing even or ahead.
Right.
And it was that unfortunate technical that turned it all around, which happens sometimes. But we haven't executed good enough on offense to overcome something like that. And we're going to have to improve that by Wednesday if we're going to beat a highly ranked Central Noble team. And we go into sectional. There's a foul there on, who's that on? Brady maybe they called, or Ben?
I think Ben that time. Westview had the full court pressure, if you're listening tonight.
Yeah, I forgot they're listening. I better be quiet and let you
That's
talk.
all right. Well, it'll work out well tomorrow if people are watching, that's for sure.
Yeah, we go in as a fairly heavy underdog into sectional, but there's not a team there we can't beat. I mean,
right.
we've beaten them all.
Right.
Now, we don't have quite the same cast of characters, but our one loss to Central Noble, I might add, we had Luke Miller didn't play because he got poked in the eye and couldn't play after, what,
early.
30 seconds?
Yeah, that was very early in the game.
And he's a really good defender, and Central Noble had their way inside that night. So I would say we got a shot. We just got to play well, play our best. We're going to come out fired up and raring to go. Ben throws it inside there to Luke. Luke corrals it and puts it up and missed it, put back up, foul. Sorry, I stole your thunder there, Jerry. I can't be quiet tonight.
Luke will go to the free throw line shooting 2 after all that action underneath. I think Caleb Corey had his hands on it. And it's about all the players, all the Westview players. Shots up and good by Luke. He has 8, 57-47, back down to a 10-point lead for Concord. Drew Miller checks in for Brady. Luke's second shot is good.
Well, down to 9. And
I'm not sure what.
It should have been. It should have been a baseline violation.
Well, that's what I thought. Anyway, Concord inbounding again. They get it into Smith rather. Smith will hand off to Dixon. Looks like Concord was kind of trying to spread it out. Stolen by Mason, and he's going to lay it in. I thought he might try to dunk it there, but thought better of it.
Yeah, the thought was there, but when you're down by 9, let's just get the basket. And so down to 7, 1:26 to go.
Good comeback here by Westview. We'll keep it right here. 1:26 to go. 57-50 now. We were down, what, 12?
It was at least 12, I believe. Yeah, 51-39. We had a timeout at 4:18. We were down 51-39.
13, Dan said, yeah. So, yeah, that's
if you look at
comeback.
One player got hot in this second half, and it's really been the difference with Gavin Smith hitting 4 threes and a few free throws, I believe. Well, you said he had 16 points this half?
Yeah. Smith has been the one with a hot hand, and Dan just corrected me. We were down 15 points, so we've cut that lead more than in half now.
Well, it's a credit to Westview. Just the way our culture is, they're not going to give up. They're going to keep playing hard. Let's see if we can. All we got to do is make a couple of more stops and baskets, and it's a nail biter.
And we've got Linden on the bench, one of our starters, fouled out. So, Brady's out of the ball game right now as well.
Yeah, I have a feeling Drew might be in there to foul just because Brady's got 4, and maybe they'll sub back in on offense.
Good point. With the ball, Smith gets it to Fish. Fish had a chance to cross the timeline, didn't, gets it to a guard. Now Dixon across the timeline. He'll give to Fish. Fish back out front to Darcy as Concord goes into their playing like they try not to lose rather than win.
Yeah, it comes down to free throws and see if they can put it away. Brady getting ready to come back in now.
Darcy at the free throw line. He scored all of his points from the field tonight on a 3-pointer and 2 regular field goals. He misses that free throw. He'll get another. Drew Miller comes out. Brady comes in for Westview.
Well, that's a miss. That's big. If we could come down and get a basket, we reduced the margin again.
Second shot short. Darcy gets his rebound. The same thing happened down at this end of the court in that first half.
Yeah, well, that's just a killer. You missed 2 free throws, exactly what you want, and we give up the rebound.
Deshaun wants to talk things over with his team. who has found their 15-point lead shrink down to 7 with 66 seconds now to go in the ball game. 57-50, Concord leading it. Concord will be in action next week at the Elkhart Sectional against the Elkhart High School Lions, I believe is what they are now. The two schools have combined.
And they played earlier this year, I believe. Yeah, Elkhart won handily, 77-40.
I thought that, well, you combine those two schools, you're going to have some talent, I think,
Right. But, after that game, Concord went on their 5-game winning streak and beat Warsaw, Jimtown, Wawasee, LaPorte, and Northwood before losing to Mishawaka by 9, which that's the margin. No, did we lose by 11 or 9? One of those two. Close.
Yeah, it was 9, I believe, at Mishawaka. But Mishawaka is number 1 in the NLC, right? I think they were at the top of the conference.
Yeah, I think they have to be.
So trying to inbound was Gavin Smith, as it knocked right back out of bounds by Mason Yoder, got way up in the air. Once again, Smith will try to trigger it in. He bounces it into the backcourt to Darcy, and Darcy will have to recross the timeline. We have a quick foul on Caleb Corey.
Yeah, and this is a good guy to foul. He just missed 2, and I thought they looked pretty shaky.
Yeah.
When they were being shot. So let's see what we can get here.
Darcy's missed several free throws tonight.
Yeah, he's got kind of
a fifth in a row he's missed.
He's got a funny rotation on the ball, and especially when it starts getting in your head, it makes it really tough.
Yeah,
you've missed a few of them, and
he just shot it and stood back. Well, that one went in, but yeah, it was he didn't look very confident up there. But now Concord up by 8. Inside a minute to go. Mason puts it up from the elbow right side and hits. Another quick timeout called by Coach Bentley. Westview up 6, 58-50, or 5. That's wishful thinking. Concord up 6, 58-52 with 52.5 to go in this ball game. Of course, as I mentioned, Westview in action next week against arguably the best team in the conference, and I guess on paper they are, or in the tournament, I should say, not the conference, but the sectional. There's Cherubusco's tough. Eastside played is pretty tough.
They did. The Sagarin ratings come out with the chances to win the tournament, and at least this was a couple of days old. I don't think it included the last games, but at that point, Cherubusco was the favorite to win the sectional, 51%. Central Noble at 22%. I don't know if I agree with that. Eastside at 12%, at Westview at 10.5. Now, since then, I did notice tonight, Westview's chances after the loss to Fremont slipped to 9%.
Oh my!
But either way, to have a 1 in 10 chance to win sectional on your home court, we haven't been an underdog like that in a while.
Right.
So and a part of it's the draw. That has a lot to do with it. We have probably as tough a draw as you can get.
Yeah, if we would have been on the other side of the bracket in a position, like a bye or something like that, probably those figures would have been turned around. Quickly up court was Darcy, and he's fouled by Burkett.
Yeah, I would, if you look at it objectively and not as a fan, I would make Central Noble the favorite, simply because they have probably the overall best player in the sectional.
I would agree with that.
And they're playing good defense, and they play better defense than Cherubusco does. Cherubusco is pretty loaded offensively, but they did lose to Central Noble fairly handily during the regular season. So Central Noble, I think, is hands down the favorite. Maybe they don't do so well in that role. Darcy made his second free throw, so that didn't help us any.
Starting to get more confident from the free throw line now. He's hit his last 4. 60-52, Westview down 8. Mason another. This one's a three-pointer, and he hits, and he was trying to draw that foul, but the referees didn't buy it, I guess. 18 points now for Mason. 60-55, Westview down by just 5 now. 26.3 to go, and once again, number 4, Darcy, will go to the free throw line.
Well, and Mason hit that because he's shooting it, not thinking about it. He just stepped up and drilled it. I mean, that's exactly what you got to do. He's been a little tentative on some of those shots, I think. But
shot by Darcy. He makes his
Yeah, he's made
Fourth
four in a row now.
Yeah.
We've given him enough practice. I mean, it's you're eventually going to iron out the kinks in your delivery.
He's feeling really comfortable from there now. Oh, that one spins out. Caleb Corey with a rebound. Still a two possession game, I guess, if you count 3-pointers. Brady Yoder with it. He'll drive toward the basket. He'll force it up from behind the glass. Misses a shot, but he'll have a couple of free throws coming his way.
Yeah, basically 15 seconds to go. Hit these two and get a quick foul and see what happens.
Shot by Brady is up and good. Brady's second free throw tonight that he's made. He has 10 for Westview. And now, that one spins out. Moore with the rebound. And he's fouled immediately. 12.4 to go. Westview down 5. 61-56. And we'll come to the other end of the court. And Marion Moore will go to the free throw line.
Well, this is called extending the game. When, there's 2.5 minutes to go, you're down 15, you start fouling. And, we've had our chances. They've missed 5 or 6 free throws.
Right.
They've given us a little bit of an opening. We haven't been able to knock down quite enough shots. And the guy that hit 2 for 3 on the year from 3 has now hit a free throw.
Second one on the way and good again. So Moore now with 9. 10 seconds to go. Mason, he'll put it up from 3, I think. Now
they're going to give him 2.
They're going to give him 2.
I saw his foot on the line. So here's where you probably call off the dogs, but it's so ingrained that they fouled again. I was trying to find Concord's totals this year. See what their high for the year is scoring-wise. I almost hate to look.
Fish at the free throw line while Jamie's.
Their high for the year was at Northwood. They scored 72, but that was in overtime. So I don't know what they would have scored in regulation. If you look at regulation, this is their highest scoring game of the year.
Wow.
So they took advantage of, the opportunities they had inside and really hammered that. And they're going to come out of here with a victory tonight.
Big victory for Concord.
I don't think that's being too risky, is it, predicting that with a 5?
Probably not. Not with 2.1 seconds to go. Fish hits 1 out of 2 from the free throw line. Mason with a shot at the buzzer, and that's no good. And Westview comes into McEwen Gym tonight and is defeated by the homestanding Concord Minutemen. Final score, Concord 64 and Westview 58. We'll be back to take a look at scoring and stats right after this 2-minute timeout.
There's nothing more embarrassing than an air ball. You get the ball, you take the shot, not even close. Hard work pays off on the basketball court, but when it comes to God, no amount of hard work will ever be enough. The Bible says that all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God, and so it's by grace that you've been saved through faith. This is not of yourself, it's the gift of God. That means your only hope is to put your trust in Jesus today. Friends, this is the playbook. Find out what it has to say.
Tiffany's Restaurant on East Lake Street, Topeka. Mouth-watering home-cooked goodness, all in a friendly down-home atmosphere among friends and neighbors. Different daily specials, all-you-can-eat fish twice a week, scrumptious buffets featuring our fried chicken, and then finish it off with a slice of fresh-baked pie. Eat in our large dining room or carry out at 260-593-2988, and now offering delivery within 10 miles of Topeka.
Weaver Furniture Sales in Shipshewana invites you to visit their expanded showroom filled with a complete line of solid hardwood, custom-made furniture for your entire home. You'll also find a wide selection of recliners, couches, chairs, and many more home furnishings to suit anyone's taste. Weaver Furniture, located just south of US Highway 20 on County Road 75 North. Weaver Furniture Sales in Shipshewana, family-owned and operated since 1989.
All right, back for the final time at McEwen Gym, where Concord has just defeated Westview 64-58. Pretty well played game overall. Westview had one little hiccup in the third quarter, and it cost them. But a good comeback, good effort till the end, and a lot of things to be positive about, I think, going into sectional. Let's look at scoring quickly. Ben Burkett had 2. Mason Yoder led Westview tonight with 23. He had 10 field goals and a three-pointer. Lyndon Miller had 8. Luke Miller had 9. Brady Yoder had 10. And Caleb Corey had 5. For Concord tonight, Jack Darcy had 11. A lot of those were free throws there in the fourth quarter. Andres Dixon added 7. Marion Moore 9. Peyton Fish led Concord tonight with 17. And Gavin Smith with a humongous 16 points in the second half, where I think Westview probably pulls this one out. But it was not to be. You know, Concord lost to John Glenn the other night, but I was just looking tonight that John Glenn beat Goshen by 21 points. So
wow.
They're a good team.
Yeah.
And maybe another score of note, Central Noble beat Fairfield 69-33. I was kind of interested to see the Cherubusco East Side score, but that has not been posted yet. So, and then Fremont, who we just got done with, beat Bethany 43-37.
Oh,
and they're going to be probably tangling in the sectional. So that could be an interesting sectional on 1A level.
You mentioned that Fremont should be at least one of the favorites in that. And Bethany, of course, being the home team, might be the favorite. But Fremont definitely has a talented team this year. Dan?
So, yeah, I think I come up with Mason having 24. You had said 23. He had 13 there in the fourth quarter and 11 prior to that. But, yeah, it was I think he scored most of our points at the end there, putting up a lot of shots at the end. But I think the big story you mentioned, it was Gavin Smith. You talked about the fact that he hit 4 threes, but you didn't mention that he didn't miss any. And he also hit 4 free throws and didn't miss any. So number 44 was 4 for 4 from 3 and 4 for 4 from free throw. And like you said, 16 points there from a guy that averages 5.
Yeah.
And that makes a huge difference. And, yeah, and it was right, it happened there where they called 2 fouls on Lyndon. Lyndon ends up sitting, and they – yeah.
And all those points came in the third and fourth quarter.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. And so, yeah, it was really – yeah. We had a good fourth quarter, but we came in – well, I mean, we had a good end of the fourth quarter. We actually had a 10-1 run at one point and got within 6, 52-58, and then just sort of the rest of the way there, we stayed there. But they shot 21 free throws in the fourth quarter, and they only made 13 of them. But they had made their first 4 out of 5, I think, and they were 3 for 3 in the third quarter. So they were doing really well from the free throw line early on, and then they missed a bunch, and they did give us a chance to get back in there. And like Jamie, you had said, it's one of those points now. You take that chance, this could stretch out into a 20-point loss, or we got it back within 6, and the closest we got was 5. So we had chances in between there.
We did.
So, and the other thing that I didn't mention is very few turnovers tonight. I mean, I might have missed some, but I'm showing them with 7 and us with only 5. So pretty clean game from that perspective. I mean, like you said, we weren't pressuring them on the ball. They were pushing it around the outside, no problem. And so, yeah, it was, yeah.
Well, we played the percentages. We wanted them to shoot outside. They had a clear advantage inside, and I think that worked for the most part. They didn't dominate inside. They hit some key threes. One player in particular
hits 4 in a row.
But a credit to him. It seems like 3-pointers in Concord in the last game of the year is etched into my memory. I remember coming over here. I think it was a 90-50 loss when Michael Moore hit 10 of them, and he was hitting them about out by that mid-circle out there at times. And last year we got beat on a 3, or 2 years ago when we were here, and then tonight this happens. But give Concord credit. They rose to the occasion. They made the shots they needed to. And now we flush this quickly and move on to Central Noble. We're the underdog. Our roster currently constructed is a little undersized and maybe, doesn't have a ton of depth. But a sectional, weird things happen.
Yes, they do.
So a team can get an upset win, get hot, and who knows where it can go from there. That's what makes it exciting. and we'll have the opportunity to do that on Wednesday.
And we have a home court advantage, and I think that could come into play as well.
I agree.
So that'll do it from Concord High School tonight. Once again, the finals. The first game, the JV was defeated by Concord 54-37, and the varsity was defeated by Concord as well by a score of 64-58. So that does it for the regular season for the Warriors, as they'll finish the regular season at 16-6. They'll take that record to sectional action on Wednesday night. Concord improves to 500 now in the season as they go to 10-10 with their win here tonight. Glad you could join us. Tonight's game was brought to you by our platinum sponsor, Weaver Furniture Sales, now with 2 locations in Shipshewana, south of US 20 on County Road 75 North, and in the Davis Mercantile on Main Street in downtown Shipshewana. Our silver sponsors are Hyde Auto Body in LaGrange, Eden Worship Center in Honeyville, Topeka Do-It Best Hardware, Mast Excavating, Topeka Pharmacy, Topeka Clinic, Lehman Insurance and Financial Group, Tiffany's Restaurant, and Freedom Finish Works. Also, Dale's Dependable Handyman Service and LaGwana. And our bronze sponsors are Jerry's Standard Service in Middlebury, Dutch Blessing Floral, and also Mold Mob in Shipshewana, and Precision Financial Group with offices in Topeka, Shipshewana, and LaGrange. So for Jamie Miller, Dan Byler, our camera operator Chris Mast, and our engineer Jeremy Anderson, this is Jerry Hostetler. Good night, everyone.